As always, here on CBSN Friday. Fridays are definitely for finding out what to watch over the weekend, right? How do you want to spend your weekend? We've got a variety of streaming content to talk about, whether you're in the mood to watch a drama, maybe something heartwarming, or what about a makeover show or a romantic comedy? Everything you want, we got.
Everything you want. I could use a makeover. Here to help us walk through it all is streaming expert and TV guide features editor Krutika Mallikarjuna. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Mallikarjuna.
You got it the second time. Yeah.
Mallikarjuna. We've been saying we're going to do a mashup at the end of the year. How many times I screw up saying her last name?
You won't be the only one involved in that mashup.
All right, so let us start first with a brand new CBS All Access exclusive. It's called Strange Angel. It traces the colorful life of groundbreaking 20th century rocket scientist Jack Parsons, which is so fascinating. Let's play a preview.
Richard and I have been building rockets since we were teenagers. We want to change aviation history forever. Our ultimate goal is to take man into space.
Man into space. It is a comic book fantasy. You will blow yourself up.
How'd it go?
Every time I think we're making headway, we take a step back.
The bank called again. We're 2 months behind.
You truly believe that you, Jack Parsons, can build a rocket that will take us all to the moon?
Yes.
Preposterous.
I love stories like this about people who are so passionate, who are decades beyond where everyone else is, and their passion drives them forward, you know?
Yeah. What did you think of it?
And it looked kind of sexy, sexier than I thought it was going to be. No, when Vlad described it, I was like, what is this? It started out pretty sexy.
The 50s were so sexy.
It's definitely the Hollywood version of the story, but I mean, it's really fascinating. There's a little, if you're into Good Will Hunting, that sort of vibe, you know, this is definitely the show for you. My man started as straight up a janitor and then became the co-founder of Jet Propulsion Laboratory, which is one of the companies that took NASA and a man to the moon.
Right.
And he was thinking about this stuff in the 1930s. And it's really fascinating because while his professional life is on the rise, his personal life is complete chaos. He gets involved in this like occult, you know, sort of group that, you know, ends up with his wife leaving him for L. Ron Hubbard, of all people.
Wow.
So yeah, because the way it's positioned, it's science fiction and fantasy, right? What's the fantasy part?
I mean, the cult is specifically into what they call sex magic, and the magic is spelled with a K.
There you go.
Why are you pointing at me? She literally, Anne-Marie was like, there you go, Vlad.
I actually don't know why I did that. It must be something subconscious.
But yeah, they just believe that, like, you know, you could capture that energy to sort of manifest whatever you wanted in the universe, which is a very interesting sort of juxtaposition for this man of science.
Right.
But did L. Ron Hubbard have anything to do with that or no?
He was
in this show
tangential to this group. The group is how Jack Parsons and L. Ron Hubbard met.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then L. Ron Hubbard ended up, you know.
Yeah, we all know how that ends, right?
Okay, so Vlad mentioned he could use a makeover, which I do not agree with. In fact, I feel like you could be one of the hosts on this show. He's a stylish man, queer eye.
Well, yeah.
I would agree. I feel like they would, you know, it's the Fab Five. It could be the Fab Six.
Yeah,
I would love to be part of the Queer Eye team. Let's take a look.
I see a beard that is out of order and out of date.
Oh my God. They have a really special treat this week, guys. We're doing a lady.
That's me.
Yeah!
I haven't done a lady in years. Personally, I've never done a lady.
His grooming routine is non-existent.
Perfect.
She thinks I have potential for a better self.
What are you hoping to get from us?
I just want to be able to be visible and be present and let everybody know that I'm okay.
Who would have thought a bunch of gays would come to build a community center for a church?
Oh my God! God.
What I love about Queer Eye is that when the first season premiered, I was like, no, I love the original. I don't want to see a new one. And then it was amazing. And so I'm guessing the second season is just as amazing?
It is. So they actually shot the first 2 seasons together and then just split it up for airtime. And the second season just, you know, picks up right where the first season left off. It's just so warm, so, you know, it's a bomb, honestly. And they get into some Queer Eye firsts in the second season. It's the first makeover they give to a woman, who is the church episode that you just saw in the promo, and also the first trans makeover that they do.
Wow.
That episode really got me, like, Tan got into this, like, beautiful discussion with the, you know, with the person who was getting a makeover, and, like, full tears. Like, he started to cry, I started to cry.
Oh,
it
wow.
Was,
okay,
it was the
so
best.
get your hankies out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I shouldn't have watched it in the office.
All right, and the last one that we want to talk about is Set It Up. This is another Netflix original. This one is a rom-com, and I don't know if you noticed this, Anne-Marie, but there's been a couple of write-ups about this lately, that rom-coms are resurgent, that a lot of people are interested in seeing more rom-coms at the theater, maybe because we could use a little romantic comedy in our lives.
I'm sure.
Let's watch a preview.
It's go time! Oh my God, this is how it always starts in my nightmare.
What are you doing? What is he doing?
Stop doing that, please. Stop that right now. I need to be free of this.
We know everything about them, what they like, what they don't like. We are the men behind the curtain. Does Rick have good Yankees tickets?
No. He watches from the bleachers like a common peasant. Yeah, of course he does.
We need the people in these 2 seats to make out.
The world's our oyster!
Taking the rest of the day.
I'm gonna be in late tomorrow.
We did it. We made 2 miserable people happy. I'm proud of us.
I mean, Lucy Liu, Taye Diggs, this looks awesome.
It is. I mean, like, this is fully a lazy Sunday, you got your rosé, summer day kind of, like, chill movie. I mean, Glenn Powell, Zoe Dutch are the assistants, and, you know, they're trying to hook up their bosses, played by Taye Diggs and Lucy Liu, and, you know, 3 guesses as to where all that chemistry goes between the assistants.
Yeah, right.
But, you know, you put Lucy Liu in anything and I'll watch it, but then you got all those other powerhouses in that as well, and I'm like, perfect, Netflix, you really know what I want for Sunday between the hours of, like, 4 and 6.
Also, I mean, like, this is something that I've been talking about for a long time, the idea that Netflix and Hulu and Amazon would start to produce their own films, and that, you know, you're starting to slowly see, like, quality films making their way to streaming services, right?
Definitely.
It's not just like back in the day where it was like, oh, this is a movie they couldn't get a distribution deal, and so they went straight to Netflix.
Yeah, it's almost the opposite now. I mean, I think these streaming services have really been go-to places for quality documentaries, quality series, sci-fi stuff, just the stuff that you don't necessarily find now that mainstream, you know?
Yeah, sure. I mean, definitely from a creator perspective, everybody wants to work with Netflix because they know that Netflix is not going to be telling them how to steer their voice towards, you know, a certain brand. Like, Netflix does everything.
Yeah.
So as a creator, that's like the perfect spot for you. And I'm sure that a lot of, you know, they don't have to do the marketing budget.
Right.
So, like,
And they're putting up the money. Yeah, exactly.
I think I need to call Netflix up and say, hey, I wrote a couple of screenplays. Are you doing deals for first-time screenwriters? Because I got something for you.
I think we might have missed the first-time screenwriter.
No, I know
Netflix.
actually. My screenplay was Entourage before Entourage. I'm convinced that some executive in Hollywood read my screenplay and was like, no, we'll pass, Vlad. And then they were like, hey, Marky Mark, I got a project for you.
You want the name of a lawyer?
Right, this is the next CBS investigation. Like, we're going to find out the truth here.
Exactly. Krutika, always good to have you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.